Good morning, children. Hope all are you in a good condition now? Okay. So, children, did you learn the third chapter? Money and credit. I think you read it. So, do you have any doubt in that part? If it is there, please you send. Okay. Today, we are going to learn the fourth chapter, globalization. This is the last chapter. First one is the economic growth. Second chapter is the sectors of the Indian economy. Third one is the money and credit. The last chapter is the globalization. So in the next video, we are all going to see the project work. So the project work, it comes from the fifth chapter, consumer rights. Is it clear? Okay. See, which chapter we are going to learn? Globalization. It's a very interesting chapter to learn. See. So what is, which are the things we are going to learn? Which are the topics we are going to learn? First of all, M and C. The second one is the features. Features of the MNC to land in a country. The third one is the foreign investment with the example. The third one is the foreign investment. Fourth topic is globalization. Fifth one is the WTO, World Trade Organization. Then the next one is the impact of globalization and how to make fair globalization. Fair globalization. So these are all the topics we are all going to learn. So first one is the MNC. Second one is the features of the MNC to land in a country. Third one is the foreign investment. Fourth one is the globalization. Next one is the World Trade Organization. Then it follows the impact of the globalization, make fair globalization. So these are all the topics we are all going to learn. Okay, come to the first one is the globalization. What is the meaning of the globalization? So, moving of the goods from one country to another country for the purpose of the trade. So, usually we will say like that way. But one word is connected along with that is the globalization, that is the MNC, multinational company or the corporation. See, when the scheme that was pronounced in India, when that is a major scheme that was pronounced in India in the year of 1991, the new economic policy that was launched in our country by the Congress government, the ruling government, that was the Congress party, they started the new economic policy that is called as the liberalization, privatization and globalization. So, LPG scheme. Why the scheme that was started in the year of 1991? Because of the financial crisis. Because of the financial crisis that was there in India in the year of 1990. So, 1991 we started the LPG scheme. So, liberalization, privatization, globalization. Liberalize the strict rules and regulations for the starting of the private companies. Privatization, wherever the government organization, they are incurring loss, it will be handed over to the private. Globalization, sell our products in the international level. That means compete with the foreign products. In that way, the scheme was started in the year of 1991. See? That is. So, why the scheme that was immediately started in the year of 1991? What was the background? Already I told you, financial crisis. Why the financial crisis was happened? Because of the, during the time, that is Iran-Iraq war was happening. So, the oil prices were, that is going up like anything else. Even internally, in the domestic country, the prices of the goods that was increasing. The third one is the most of the public sector undertakings, they incurred severe loss. So, this was then, usually the RBI keeps the foreign exchange. Foreign exchange means foreign currencies with itself. In its reserve, it will keep it. So, the first time in India, they did not keep even for a fortnight. The foreign exchange was not at all there with the RBI, not even for the fortnight in that way. These are all the reasons for the financial crisis. Because of this purpose only, problem only, we started the LPG scheme in India. Okay, come to the first one. So, what is called as the globalization? So, that means that is goods are crossed the boundaries. What is that? Goods are crossed the boundaries. This is called as the globalization. See, we can relate along with the MNC in the word of globalization. So, what is called as a MNC? So, multinational corporation, more than a nation, they will start their own production unit. So, here the company owns, controls production in more than one nation, that is called as the MNC, multinational corporation. Why they are all chosen the other countries to start their own production in order to get the profit? So what is the slogan? Minimize the cost, maximize their own profit as well as the production. That is the main slogan of the MNCs. Minimize the cost and maximize the production and profit. So in this case, so what are the features of the MNCs to land in a country? What are the features for the MNCs to land in a country? The first one is the place should be nearby the seaport or the airport. Either it should be nearby the seaport or the airport. With the example we will see. The second one is the availability of skilled as well as the unskilled laborers. Unskilled laborers. The third one is the availability of raw material. The fourth one is the government policies are suitable for them to start their industries in our country. Government policies are suitable. The last one is the people should be available to do the BPO work, business processing outsourcing. That is the call center work. So please you take this thing, these features along with our example, Ford Motors. So where is the Ford Motor? So you know, if you travel towards, that is a Chennai, nearby the SRM, that is an educational institution, you can see the Ford Motors. See, it is nearby the seaport as well as the airport. In Chennai, both the ports are there. Okay, we can take Ford Motors. The second one is the availability of skilled as well as the unskilled laborers. In Chennai, many number of engineering colleges are there. So each and every year, so many graduates, engineering graduates are coming out. So it is possible for the Ford Motors to get the skilled as well as the unskilled laborers for their own industry. Availability of raw materials are also there. Even our government policies are really suitable for them to start their industries in India. Then call center people also there in Chennai. So in that way only the place or a country or that is an area will be chosen by the MNCs. What are the features? First of all, the place should be nearby the seaport or the airport. Second one is the availability of the skilled as well as the unskilled laborers. Third one is the availability of the raw material. Fourth one is the government policies are suitable. The next one is the people are ready to do the call center work. MNCs, they are coming to especially the developing countries to start their own production unit. See, first of all, to get more profit. In what way they are getting the profit? Minimize the cost. In what way they are minimizing the cost? Because the same work will be done by an Indian they will give 60,000 to 70,000 rupees. But the same work will be done by an American in their own country. They have to give the minimum wage of 2.5 lakhs. So, from each and every employee, they are saving the money to minimize the cost, so their profit level, it goes on like nothing else. So, this is the main advantage for the MNCs to start their business in the developing countries. So, what are the advantages for the Indian companies? In what way they are coming and launching in our country? The first one is they are making the joint venture or partnership along with the local companies. The second one is sometimes they are buying the local companies. The third one is they are giving the orders and getting that is the work from them. So we have to supply the goods to them. There are three ways. With a small example we will say. So partnership. So first of all, when that is 1994 to 5, so the Ford Motors, they came to India. They made the joint venture along with the Mahindra & Mahindra company. So Indian company. So why they are making that as a joint venture or partnership with the existing company in India? Because already the company got the popularity among the people. It is easy for them to sell their own products within the country. So buying local companies, example, Parag Foods. So they made Parag Foods, they made the oil, they had the oil refineries. They supplied throughout that is India. So this was bought by the Cargill Foods, an American MNC. They bought that is Parag Foods Indian company in the name of Cargill Foods. So each and every day they are all supplying throughout the India, they are all supplying the edible oil pouches, nearly 5 million edible oil pouches they are all supplying. So that is, they are all completely buying the company. So next one is they are giving orders for the small companies, and total supply we have to produce only for them. Example, Kodaikanal is very famous for the homemade chocolate. So you know, so many MNCs, they are all manufacturing chocolates. The particular MNC, they are giving that is the order throughout that is Kodaikanal, those who are making the chocolates for themselves. So now they have to manufacture the chocolates for the MNC. The brand name, price rate, everything will be decided by the MNC. In that way, they are giving orders and we are all supplying to them. In three ways, they are making that as landing in our country. First one is the partnership. Second one is the buying the local companies. Third one is they are giving orders to the small producers and they are all getting the supply from them. In that way, they are all going. So so when they are making the partnership with the Indian companies, what are the advantages? The Indian companies, they are all getting. The local companies, they are all getting. The first one is the foreign investment. So foreign investment. What is called as an investment? That is the financial assistance in order to buy the things for the future purpose. So foreign investment they are all bringing. At the same time, the foreign latest technology they are all bringing. Because India, still some of the companies still they are all using the outdated technology. When the MNCs are coming to India, they are all bringing the foreign investment. Second one is the foreign latest technology. This is the major benefit Indian companies, they are all making the partnership along with the MNCs. Next one is what is called as a globalization. What is called as the globalization? Globalization means process of rapid integration or interconnection between or among countries for the purpose of trade. So what is the major role? Who has the major role in that globalization? That is, MNCs are doing that major role in the globalization process. Next one is the trade, what is called as the trade barriers. So our trade barrier is the main thing. So before 1991, we had the trade barriers, restrictions for the imported items. So in what way we were all controlled, restricted the imported goods? First one is the quota system, quota system. Second one is the tariff. Tariff means taxation. We are fixing taxes for the imported item to increase the price rate in the domestic country. The second one is the quota system. Limitation for the imported items in the domestic country. In two ways we restricted, because we are all giving life to the local or the domestic manufacturers to come up in their own life, to compete with the MNCs in that way. But after 1991, we completely released the restrictions because whose interference? That is the WTO. In those times that was called as the GATT, G-A-T-T. GATT means General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. What was the new name? That is WTO. Now, WTO, when it was launched, when it was established in the year of 1995, 1st January, the GATT got the new name. How many member nations are there till 2016? So 164 memberring nations are there. It's a very important question. One word question. How many memberring nations are there with the WTO? That is till 2016, 164 memberring nations are there. Which one will be the last memberring nation? Afghanistan. Okay. So what the WTO they are doing in the globalization process? So they are solving the trade-related disputes among as well as the between countries. What is a major work, major function of the WTO, World Trade Organization? Solving the trade-related disputes. Okay. So next one is the how to make as a fairer globalization. So what are the impacts of globalization? What are the impacts of the globalization? Impacts, it has the positive as well as the negative roles. Not only the negative role, the positive role also we have to see it. So first of all we have to take the consumers. We have to take the consumers. So what type of consumers are really enjoying? Well-off or rich consumers are really enjoying with the variety of goods with the MNC's products. But if you take the poor consumers, they are all affected too much because the affordability, it is not at all there with them. So they are all suffering with because of the globalization. Come to the industrialist. What type of industrialist they are all really enjoying? Say that is the large industrialist they are all enjoying because the MNCs they are all making the partnership with them. So foreign investment, foreign latest technology they are all bringing and they are all combining with them so they can increase their production as well as their own profit. But if you take the small industrialists, they cannot compete with the giant MNCs. So because the poor quality products they are all making, so they cannot compete. So definitely the profit margin will be reduced. Then the last one is if you take the workers, anyway people are getting some sort of the job, the main advantage. But on the other hand, the workers, long working time, long working hours they have to work. Secondly, that is no job security and they are not at all following any, that is a labor laws. So that's why, so the minimum wage rate will be fixed for them. So in that way, this thing is going on. Okay, we discussed about the impact of globalization. First category is consumer. Well-off consumers, rich consumers, they are all enjoying a lot. Poor consumer, the affordability is not for them to buy the goods. Industrialists, large scale industrialists, they are making the partnership to get the foreign investment and foreign technology. No problem them for to get more profit, but the small producers, they cannot compete with the MNCs, workers. So they are getting anyway, that is a job. But on the other hand, so they cannot get, which on a long working hours they have to work. Second one is they cannot get which on the proper, that is a wage, because the MNCs are not at all following in minimum wages act in that way. At the same time, job security is not at all there. So come to the next one, how to make it as a fair globalization. How to make it as a fair globalization. So the government interference should be there. In what way? So compel them to follow the Minimum Wages Act as well as the Minimum Wages Act in order to protect the right of the workers. Second one is that is protect our small producers. Till that time, we have to keep the trade barriers to give the life to the small producers. Once they are flourish in their own life, so remove the trade barriers and they are ready to compete with the foreign products. That's the MNCs. In that way, they have to make everything. It's in the hands of the government. Okay, thank you very much. Study well, then prepare 4 chapters. Next video, we are all going to see how to make our project for the class 10th board. Okay, is it clear? Thank you, children.